Carl in Brooklyn, New York, watching Free Speech TV on Direct TV. Hey, Carl, what's on your mind?
Hey, Tom, what's up? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I just wanted to say, I'm basically sick and tired of these corporations being able to just move their operations, leave Americans in the dust. And I was wondering, isn't there a way that the government, because I would like them to do it, to empower, entrepreneurship? They're always talking about entrepreneurship, like, okay, when Carrier moved, right? Can't we empower somebody who can maybe make a better air condition, or maybe who can sustain these jobs so these people can live and they can have a decent life, send their kid to college and have some form of decency. I mean, these corporations, they just do what they want, and then on top of it, they're going to get the tax break.
Right.
That's another thing that I want that whoever gets in, hopefully it'll be Bernie or Hillary, these corporations, they need to start paying a price.
Yeah.
Each time. If they want to move jobs, fine. But you know what? You're not gonna wreck our economy like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hang up and you give me your take on it. Thank you.
I was going to grab my book and read. This is there we go. This is from Rebooting the American Dream. And thank you for the call. From Thomas Paine, from Alexander Hamilton, his 11-point plan for American manufacturers. The number one point of his 11-point plan, this was 1791, and this became law by 1793 and stood until the Reagan era, and really got knocked down by Bill Clinton with the signing of NAFTA. But his number one, the number one way to build, he says, a full view now having been taken of the inducements to the promotion of manufacturing in the United States, accompanied with an examination of the principal objections which are commonly urged in opposition, is proper in the next place to consider the means by which it may be effected. In order to a better judgment of the means proper to be resorted to by the United States, it will be of use to advert to those which have been employed in success with other countries. In other words, let's do what England did. Number one, protecting duties, import taxes, now called tariffs, or duties on those foreign articles which are the rivals of the domestic ones, intend to be encouraged. Duties of this nature evidently amount to a virtual bounty on the domestic fabrics. I'm quoting Alexander Hamilton, who at that time was Secretary of the Treasury. Duties of this nature evidently amount to a virtual bounty on the domestic fabrics, since by enhancing the charges on foreign articles, they enable the American manufacturers to undersell all their foreign competitors. It has the additional recommendation of being a resource of revenue for the federal government. Indeed, all the duties imposed on imported articles, though with an exclusive view to revenue, have the effect in contemplation. In other words, they promote domestic manufacturing. And except where they fill on raw materials, where a beneficent aspect toward the manufacturers of the country. In other words, the one thing that you don't want to put an import tariff on is raw materials, because you bring the raw materials into the United States and then you convert them into manufactured goods. Prior to the Reagan administration, we were the largest importer of raw materials and exporter of manufactured goods in the world. And those of you old enough to remember what America was like before 1981, before Reagan took office, you know what I'm talking about. 10 years after Reagan left office, we had become the largest importer of finished goods and exporter of raw material. Our number one export now is gasoline, refined oil. We're exporting coal, we're exporting iron ore, and China is exporting manufactured goods, and our factories are all there. So the way to do it is with tariffs. Very simple.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.